Hello and welcome to Preparing to Survive and Thrive Homesteading Channel with Charlie B. Tonight we are making Alfredo. Actually, we're just going to make the sauce, and I've already got the pasta cooking and the chicken's already done because I had baked the chicken earlier this week, and what was left I am using part of it to make chicken Alfredo. So I'm going to take you over here to see what we're doing on the stove. I've already made a mess. I spilt cream everywhere. I went to shake it and it shook everywhere just so nicely. So we have our pan here. What I have is 16 ounces of butter, and we are going to melt this in a pan, and I'm using my wood cook stove, so it's going to take a little while. And along with that, I will have 2 cups of cream. Once that is melted, I will put it in. And the next item is 24 ounces of Parmesan cheese. Now, this sauce is keto friendly if anybody's into that diet. Okay. So this is what our ingredient list is. And of course, we'll do some salt and pepper and some garlic to taste. We'll be back in a minute. So while the butter is melting, I'm going to go ahead and just chop up some cloves of garlic. I'm using, I guess about 4 of them. A couple of them are really small, so I'm just grouping them together as one. Garlic always smells so good when you cut it up. Should make the Alfredo sauce even tastes better because it's fresh garlic. Now, I'm not some awesome chef that knows how to do all this cutting, so bear with me. Just chop it up into some small pieces. Okay, we're going to get this in the stove in a minute. Or on the stove in the pan in a minute. So as you can see, my butter is about melted. I'm going to go ahead and scrape this in here. Now, I've got this stove set to be at 170 degrees. It's up to 154 and it's not boiling. That's why it's so important to use small pieces of wood to get this cooking, to get this burner hot. And we're melting some more. Okay, so I've got this tool, and it's from Snap-on. It's actually a mechanic's tool that tells you where the hottest part is. And right here, it's the hottest part on the stove. So I just moved it. And thank God for this little bugger. Thank God my husband brought it home. This is the garlic and the butter in here. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of pepper, because you can never get too much pepper in your life. Now that our butter is finally melted, we're going to add the cream. 2 cups. Now I stir while I am pouring it in. Even though with this much butter, nothing should stick. Now you can half this recipe or double it, whatever you want to do, depending on how many you're serving. I did double this because we like extra Alfredo sauce on our Alfredo. Well, what's nice about this, I am using chicken because I have it, but it's really nice because you can also use this on shrimp or even turkey or anything else that you want to add into your Alfredo that you might have on hand. I'm going to let this start heating up, and while I'm waiting for that to heat up, I'm also going to start adding in my 4 cups, 24 ounces, or yeah, 4 cups. Nope, 3 cups, 24 ounces of Parmesan cheese. Just keep on mixing it in, little by little. Now, this recipe is keto friendly. Like I said, if you're into that diet, a lot of people are. I've done it before, except for I like chocolate, and it doesn't always sit well. I also like potatoes. So after each pack, I just go ahead and stir it up. Now, if you have any left and you put it in the refrigerator, it is going to separate. The butter and the cheese and the cream all seems to separate. So what you'll want to do is, when you pull it out, heat it up and whip it up with a whisk to put it all back together. And it'll be just as good as it was when you first made it. There's 3 packs, so that's 18 ounces. It's getting good and thick. Now, this is going to take a little longer because I'm cooking it on this wood cook stove, and don't have it as hot as I really would have liked it had been. And I went from my flannel shirt down to a t-shirt. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cook, and I'll be back with the finished product. Just remember, you've got to stir this. Well, I moved my pot again to the warmer section, and as you can see, it's getting very cheesy and it's very thick. So what I'm going to do is, it needs to thin out a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of my pasta sauce, or not sauce, my pasta water, and I can just pour that right in there also. My noodles are done. Just waiting for this to get done. Got my chicken over here heating up. That's what I picked off the bone. We're gonna get this thinned out and ready to go. Cook this down a little bit more. Go ahead and add a little bit more of this. Now, these pasta are a chickpea pasta, so they are also keto friendly. That heating up. So we'll be back in a little bit. Let this cook down, or cook to melt it more. It's very warm standing here, so I've been cooking down a little bit more. I am going to just add a little bit more to thin it out, a little bit of water this time. Most of my pasta water is gone. So I've got this. I'm going to get it really good and stirred up. It's just a whisk. It has a coating on it because I don't like to take metal across the Teflon. And I am just whisking it together. Now, you don't always have to use quite as much cheese as I do in this, and if I didn't use quite as much cheese as I did, I could have probably gotten away without adding water or anything else. I'm just going to keep melting that cheese and working it in. So I'm still chasing the heat. I added a slight little bit more water, and I've been stirring this, and it's starting to turn more into a sauce and less like a stringy cheese pizza. Now this normally does not take as long. If I was using my gas stove or the induction burners on this stove that are electric, this would have already been done, and I wouldn't be standing here sweating. But I figure I've already got the stove going. I'm using pellets and wood to heat my house, make my hot water. Why not go ahead and use it to cook my food tonight? Let's cook it down a little bit more. Okay, the Alfredo is perfectly done. It's a good sauce. I probably could have not put quite as much water in it, but the taste is perfect. Couldn't get any better. So my little dog is barking. He wants some of this. I'm going to put some noodles on here. And get some Alfredo sauce on my noodles. So if you are leaving meat out of your diet, you could just eat it with the Alfredo sauce and the noodles. But I'm not leaving meat out of my diet. So I'm going to go ahead and add some chicken to this. And I guess I need to give him some food too. So I'll be seeing you soon. So if you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, my Facebook friends, please leave comments also on my YouTube. That's amazing. I don't know if you can hear this, but I got cats meowing underneath me, dogs barking, but this is pretty amazing. So remember, like, share, and subscribe. Be seeing you soon. Charlie B, signing out.